Today, I'm going to introduce you to Tutorial Tuesday, right after this intro. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Thomas and welcome to the first ever episode of Tutorial Tuesday over on the Worthit channel. Yes, we're here, finally, thank God for that. Well, 2020 is a really big year for Worthit in general, and we just wanted to kick it off right, kick it off well. So obviously, I think you managed to see the start of the Worthit podcast that went up last week. The first episode went up. We've got another episode actually coming tomorrow as well. We had a special guest on there. So if you do want to have a check out of it, then that'll be amazing. Just check out the channel. You can click on it just below this YouTube video actually. Hit subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're really keen and you want to see more content. Okay guys, so welcome, it's Tutorial Tuesday. I'm really hyped because we've got a nice long list of different stuff that we're going to be talking about over the next few months. Loads of different little bite-sized tutorials that'll help you develop your skills as a filmmaker. Now, I'm not talking as an expert myself as such. I'm just someone who is very new to the industry. I'm starting stuff out, and as I'm learning stuff, as I'm learning new things, I'd like to actually share all those new experiences with you as well. So currently, Worthit has actually made, I think, 4 short films. We're actually filming and just editing our 4th now, starting our 5th. We're actually aiming to do a challenge called 12 in 12, which is 12 short films in 12 months. Quite a cool challenge because we get to ramp up the expectation, ramp up the difficulty every single time we make a new short film. So we'll either make it longer or have more technicality in them, we'll do more VFX, we'll do something to make it different. And every time I learn something new, I'm going to bring back a new episode of Tutorial Tuesday. So the first episode, we're actually going to be talking about the most key roles on a set that I reckon are very, I guess, important. So today we're going to actually be looking at the 5 most important roles on a film set. So I really reckon that there's only 5 major roles. When we shot On Call, which is our little short film that went into the My Road Reel contest, we had 5 roles, and they were 5 different people who came together to make this film what it was. It was only a 3-minute short film. There wasn't any major theatrics, there wasn't anything massive. There was a couple of little bits of technicality in there with the pulling of the focus and the changing camera angles, but mainly it was one shot. The guy was sat on a bench, and he was just there. He was just there. So you want to see a little clip? Let's roll that back.
I mean, Jez has got a big mouth and all, but he's a good lad. I mean, we've got some cracking stories at the end of the day. Last week we just strung up an entire tower block.
Possible.
Nah, it's easy, really.
And how do you remain anonymous?
Scaffolding.
Undercover.
No, inside.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's On Call. Very simple, clever story, well written, and it was well executed in the end. It actually is probably one of our best films we've done to date. Yeah, obviously there's loads of room for improvement and there's loads of time to do other stuff, but for now I reckon that is right up there, on top. So the 5 key roles, they help make the film in the end. First role I want to talk about is the director role. So the director is the most important, arguably, person on set on that day. Their job is to control the overall flow of the day, to make sure everyone is working. You're basically like the manager of the set as such. So you make sure your crew are doing the right roles, make sure the cast are ready for their performance, and you make sure that the shots are set up in the way that you want your vision to come across on screen. The next one is the director of photography or the camera operator. Sometimes you can have one or the other, and sometimes they are kind of intertwined into one, especially on a short film set. So on our particular set at that point, we had both. The camera operator was the director of photography. Director of photography, they focus on framing of shots, they look at the overall picture in front of them, but they also mainly focus on lighting. Lighting is really important on a film set, and if you don't get your lighting right, then your cast look a bit weird. They might not correlate shot to shot, especially if you're shooting on different days. If you shoot like one particular scene over the case of 3 days, then you might end up not getting the same lighting. It might be cloudy one day, sunny another day. Be like, oh my god, how the hell do I sort this out? Do I bounce light off here? Do I put up a light here? You never know. You might be shooting in the dark, or you might be shooting like I am right now, and you're shooting in a room. You got this room here, this room around here, And how the hell do I light that? I mean, is it going to change from day to day? Is it going to be really sunny outside for that window that's coming in the right with a light hitting the face here? Do I need to counter it with a light over here, which I have done, a little orangey coloured light that's coming into my face just to try and counter that over there? There's loads of different things. There's a top light above me. There's loads of different things that lighting actually fixes and sorts out and helps your set and your flow of your project. So the director of photography is exceptionally important. Sometimes the roles can mix, as I said just before. You've got a small set, you've got a small crew. A lot of the time, I would say that the director often does director of photography work, so they have a look at lighting as well as directing. Also, at the same time, your camera operator can also be your DOP too, so they can also look at lighting. You kind of work together and, get that overall feel of it. Camera operator, as it says on the tin, they operate the camera, they hit record, they make sure everything's in flow, in focus, and they make sure all the files are appropriately put onto the camera so you can go and edit. So you know what? If you didn't have a camera operator, you'd be pretty stuffed, wouldn't you, right? So the third one is kind of like an obvious one, mainly. I think that if you didn't have these guys, then you really wouldn't have a film at all. But they're arguably a really important jigsaw piece to complete the whole picture. So the third most important person on set, I reckon, is the actors or the cast. Because obviously you need cast in a film, but not always, actually. Sometimes there are B-roll style films that can go out. You get your 5-minute long films that are just some beautiful scenery of Croatia. We're going to film a little bit of Croatia, somebody walking around. And it's just loads of B-roll shots over and over again. So there's no cast in that, but that's documentary, and we ain't talking about documentary. So we are talking about short films in particular, and narrative-based films where we do need cast to give and deliver a performance. So that's a really important role too. Because if we think about the on-call set that I'm referencing to quite a lot in this video, if we didn't have our two characters talking on the phone, we wouldn't really have a story, would we? And it wouldn't really go very far as such. So I reckon that the cast are arguably pretty damn important. Number 4 on the most important roles on a set is, in fact, audio guys, sound technician. The sound is so important on your film. I reckon, I was told once at university actually by a lecturer that sound is 80% of your film. You had bad sound, you have a bad film. Don't even bother putting it out there if your sound is bad. And that is so true. Have a listen to this audio here.
I'll ensure the 500k is with you as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We can have a pint after all this.
I'll be long gone by then.
That is an example of good sound. And it sounds great. You don't ever notice it. You shouldn't really notice it. If you notice sound in the film, you've done a bad job, okay? So if you notice that the sound is a little bit off and a little bit funny, no, not a good film. But say for example, if I slightly dip focus on a shot. If I look at my monitor right now, I can see the light's coming in really hard in my face. Look at that, whoa, look at that light there. I'm about to shut these curtains. I'm gonna shut these curtains. Softbox blackouts, oh my God, we changed. But okay, so if your lighting is quite bad, or your shot is not in focus or something, if I'm just slightly soft on the focus, I don't think I am. I think I'm okay. But if your shot is slightly bad, then you can always dub over and you can go to a different shot, go to a super wide. You can go to the other angle on the other side of your shot. You can always get a different shot, but you can't get different audio, and that is really tough to replicate back in post production. They do sessions called ADR sessions where they can go back in post and they can play through the line and they can say to the cast, right, just repeat that line, just say that again, just say, I like cheese, but exactly like that. But don't say I like cheese because it won't match up with your mouth moving. You have to go, I like cheese. Yeah, that's perfect. Well done. So a lot of the time you have to do ADR, and just to make sure that some audio picks up better than the other. And it doesn't always sound great. It's not the best in the world. Should I leave that curtain closed? I'm going to leave that curtain closed. Okay, so number five on the most important roles on a set. This person, hands down, I do not know. I've learned this recently, actually. I've learned how important they are because I've shot a whole day without this role in particular. And when I come back to post-production, I go through my files, or the editor goes through their files, and they think, where the hell are we up to? What is going on? So number 5 for the most important roles on set has to be the script supervisor. Script supervisors, oh my gosh. Fair play to them. They do so much for us. It's actually crazy. You wouldn't believe how much a script supervisor does. So not only do they look at continuity, not only do they look at flow, They help the cast with their lines. They help, structure what you shoot and when you shoot on the day. They follow through with the schedule. But they also take note of every single shot you do. They describe every shot, they describe every take, and they make sure that you stay within your minutes per day. Say, for example, you want to shoot 2 pages of a script on a day, and that covers 2 minutes of your film. If you start shooting and it runs over, you're looking like 3 minutes on screen. They're like, whoa, we're shooting too much here. Cut back, go back to shot 2.1, film that again, half speed, perfect. They are so important for correcting your errors, your mistakes, and all that. So, arguably, the most important person on a set is the script supervisor. Because then you can go to post-production. You can say, we did shot 2.2 3 times. The preferred take was take 2. It says here it's circled. And it goes from when she said hi to when she dies in a puddle. It's perfect. It's perfect. The script supervisor is massively important. So there we go. 5 of the most important roles on a film set. And this is what I've learned over the past 3 years being at university and then going through to starting up my own company and making these short films by myself with zero budget. So 0 budget filmmaking, 5 most important people on the set that you need if you're going to go out and shoot on a day. We've got the director, we've got the DOP/camera operator, we've got the sound technician, we've got the cast, and of course, we've got the script supervisor. So thank you very much for watching this YouTube video. This is the first of a set of tutorial series. I'm looking to develop this content over time as we get more towards the technique sessions where we have a look at how to film specific things, like how to shoot an action sequence or how to write this or how to block something. We're going to be going into a lot more detail. I'm going to be getting hands-on on set and showing you little tutorials and stuff. But for these particular videos, you're just going to get me and my background and me standing around with some lighting and stuff. Just a little bit of me and you time, I guess. So thank you very much for watching this Worth It video. We are going to come at you every single Tuesday with these little tutorial snippets, snapshots, however long they end up being. They might not be snapshots. They might be about 15 minutes long. And if they are, oh my God, what am I doing talking for so long? But hopefully you do enjoy the content that's coming on the Worth It channel. This is the first time you're actually seeing my face on screen. And that's because we are setting up the Worth It podcast to be an actual show where we can, get a little set, have some seats, sit down on the coffee table, and we can chill and chat with all our guests and stuff. We're hoping to get that set up and sorted for around about middle of February. We're actually doing a little YouTube series called Journey, which follows our behind the scenes as a company. And it will actually follow the build of this place. The first episode will launch either Friday or Sunday. I don't think I've actually set a date. It's between Friday and Sunday. We're going to be uploading the first episode. They're in like a vlog format, so that'll be another time you'll see my face on screen. And then, of course, as soon as the set is set, you'll then get to see my wonderful face and JD's wonderful face on screen on a set. Perfect. Guys, we have an actual short film launching on Friday called Interview. It's a really interesting project. It's close to one of our crew members' hearts, particularly the writer and the director. He also starred in it. It's fantastic. I really do recommend that you go and have a look at the trailer if you haven't already. That is uploaded onto the channel. We put that up last Friday. We post in some little teaser content every now and again towards the end of the week. So I really do hope you enjoy. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Thomas, and I hope to speak to you all in my next video. Bye-bye.